when the time comes, the more questions, the better, bro. Here's the thing. If you ever want to know the secret hidden strat, which is not a secret nor hidden and barely a strat, if you want to get on the YouTube channel, ask questions. That's it. Ask a good question. Because if I start going sicko mode, mission complete, target acquired, all the other things. What am I talking about? Yo, I'm actually nuts. But yeah, come in with the good questions and you're popping off. I just did it.
Oh my god.
Try to down air you, bro. Okay.
Oh my.
No, you're chilling. So, I feel like when you go for your down tilts, I feel like a lot of the time when you go for them, I don't know if you think that they're going to get instantly punished, because even whether or not down tilt is genuinely or technically true on shield, it's still unreactably fast when it comes out. So if you down tilt my shield, and yes, I could have up beat or up smashed or grabbed or nared, depending on the character that I am, doesn't mean that I'm going to do that. So very often you can condition people, if they're sitting in shield and waiting for a second down tilt or for you to do something, you can go for a down tilt into grab. There's several instances in that last game where you hit me with a down tilt and you actually hit me, or you hit my shield and you just went for your down tilt and dashed away. So
yeah,
I wouldn't, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that your approach game on the ground is actually bad. I think it's more so that you aren't seeing when you actually successfully approached, if that makes sense. Because there's quite a few times when you actually did hit me, or I was in shield, and whether or not it was safe or a true combo, like down tilt grab is definitely not true if you hit my shield. But if I just do nothing, you can absolutely get that grab.
Alright.
Alright, let's do this. Just seldom use Meta Knight crouch.
I actually don't know if it was useful there. I don't know.
It might have been. Couple of these.
Nice.
I'll make it work. Right there, right? That's got to be a combo. Whether or not you're going to trip me or not. Right? If you hit me and I get scared, I'm going to shield because I don't want to get hit by dash attack. Or if you hit my shield, I'm going to stay in shield because I don't want to get hit by dash attack. Or hit by something else. Multiple down tilts, I don't want to get tripped, right? So that's something I'm going to try and go for. And if you see that spot dodge right there, you could just go for down tilt jab too to also try to condition that. Or like try to punish me for spot dodging. You rolled him maybe 3 or 4 times now too. Be careful with that. Attackable. It's all good.
Okay.
So if you call that a grounded approach on my part, because I up tilted, it's like, I guess so, but I was actually unsuccessful. And I dunked around you twice, and then I got what I wanted. But if that counts as a grounded approach, then I think we have very different definitions of grounded.
Oh wow!
Damn, not like
I
this.
missed.
It's all good, bro. So yeah, just looking at like that last interaction that I had with you, I up tilted your shield, which is not safe at all. It's -12. Right, so you could nair you could nair the shield, probably fair out a shield, back out a shield, up you out a shield, absolutely. If I'm right up on you, you could grab, you could do all kinds of stuff, right? So if you didn't know if it was safe or not, then that's one thing. But to say that my grounded approach was successful because I up tilted you, then I jumped around you, and I think I got a grab or something afterwards. I don't know exactly what I got, but I got something. If that counts as a grounded approach, then what's an aerial approach? Right, I couldn't tell you the difference. Like, here's the thing: if I was to say, I guess we can look at this for a second here. For myself, a grounded approach for me, I guess technically would be hitting you with a move like down tilt, or forward tilt, or up tilt, or dash grab. Sure.
Yeah.
However, if I was to jump in and do a nair to try and get you in a spot where I can actually get my up tilt or down tilt or whatever I want, does that now count as a aerial approach? Right, if I go like this and then into an up tilt, is that an aerial or a grounded approach? Right, I couldn't tell you.
I mean, I would call that a grounded approach.
Okay, so going back to the idea of jumping too much for yourself, you said you do full hops or short hops too much. If you, let's say, come in with a nair, then you down tilt and dash in and get a grab. Was it a grounded approach because you got a grab, or was it an aerial approach because you technically jumped to initiate approaching me? Right, I wouldn't get too fixated on the idea of saying I have to genuinely go from here to here without jumping.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or go
I
ahead.
feel like I rely on those jumps too much to like mix up my movement.
So here's the thing. Like, if you're dashing back and forth, you can use all kinds of different ways of approaching. And I've talked about this in the past as far as having a 2-dimensional approach, a 3-dimensional approach, and so on and so forth. As far as approaching with, let's say, 1 dimension, that would be just walking straight in or dashing straight in. That's 1-dimensional approach. 2-dimensional approach would be like, let's say, jumping in like this. Because I could come down with an attack like this, or I can come down and hit you once I'm on the ground. Right? So mixing up between the two of those even can give you a ton of different approach options or different mix-ups, because the approach could even be, let's say, dash in, then like slow down to a walk, go like this, jump back towards you, and turn around and get a tomahawk grab. The amount of mix-ups in that one situation, I don't even know how many I did. That's like 4, right? So to get a grab, you have to go on the ground, or to get a grab, you have to run in and do a tomahawk straight in like this. It's like, no, you can be very extra with your movement before you actually go for your final strike of whatever you're trying to pull off. So, for example, let's say if you want to get someone scared and shield so you can get a grab, coming in with an aerial is not a bad idea, especially with aerials as fast and as safe as yours, right? If you come down with a nair or a down air, for example, if I'm scared because I don't want to get hit, then it's like, okay, come down, falling up air, grab, falling down air, grab, nair, grab. And although whether or not it is truly safe on hit against the entire cast, because there are certain characters I'm sure that could punish these moves if you hit their shield, it's the fact that I had to respect that I don't know what you're going to do, right? As far as when you come down, because you can come down with a nair, then immediately hold down your jab. And if I try to jump out of shield, right, or drop shield or spot dodge, I'm going to get caught for that.
I might have developed some muscle memory, because like you said how I down tilt and then run away. Like I mostly play with a Link main. Like he's my roommate and we practice a lot. So whenever I do something a little bit too reckless on shield, he'll just up B me for it. But so I just probably carry over that muscle memory to other matchups that I probably shouldn't.
So here's the thing too, your down tilt is -9 on shield. Okay, it's frame 3 -9. So frame 3, unbelievably fast, first of all. Your entire total frames is 18 frames. So 18 frames is exactly, apparently on paper, or allegedly I should say, the exact amount of frames that is actually reactable offline is 18 frames. That's the entire move. So I'd have to know for a fact before you even do it that you're going to do that exactly. However, your down tilt is -9 if it is horribly or as horribly spaced as possible, right? So with Link, his up B is frame 7 on the front, frame 10 on the back. So on the back, you might be able to get away. On the front, you're absolutely not going to get away. But it also has massive range on your horizontally, right? For Link up B. So you could have very well spaced down tilts against Link, and he's still going to catch you no matter what. Even if you get like a good down tilt like that and dash away, as you're dashing away, he's going to catch you, right? That's even with the back hit as well. So I'm just trying to think. So with regards to if you're going to use a down tilt like that on Falco or a character mate like Cloud would punish you very hard for that. Characters that have like very wide up Bs or up smashes out of shield, they could probably catch you. But I also have to be prepared to go for that. As far as like, okay, as soon as he comes in, I'm just going to go ahead and up B or up smash. Because if I try and assess the situation or hesitate or anything, even though it's technically not safe on shield, you will get away. So the other world that you can now put into somebody's head is, since you have a move that is so fast and relatively safe, if you just run up to me and shield, I'm going to up B, because I feel like he might just down tilt and I have to try and get this punish. Otherwise, he's going to now abuse my shield with down tilts and I'm just going to sit there and do nothing. Okay? So you have to try and, I guess, the way I would say is create 2 parallel like timelines to say, okay, there's a timeline where I run in and I do down tilt, and there's a timeline where I run in and I don't down tilt. And now the opponent, if they've had both of those situations happen on their shield, where you run in and like, let's say you just shield, or you run in and you go for your down tilt, if they don't know which one is coming, then they genuinely have to guess. Even if they have a move that is possible to punish your attack, they still have to guess and say, okay, I don't know if he's going to down tilt or not. This time I just believe he's going to, so I'm just going to go ahead and up B. This is something I do with Falco all the time, where I'll land in front of someone and go like this, and just jump away, and as soon as I land in front of them, they just go for a grab, and they completely miss, because they expect me to go like that into like a down tilt or an up tilt, both of which can be grabbed.
Yeah.
Right? So, the other thing too is if I was to land on your shield and start going for a multi-jab, and you try and grab me, I'll still hit you. Your multi-jab is frame 4, and it's instant as well, as far as like you don't have jab 1, 2, multi-jab, right? So you could be running up to somebody's shield who you've conditioned to believe that you're going to down tilt, run up and just jab. If they try and up B out of shield, you're going to catch them, provided that they don't have super armor on their up B.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not so much the approaching, I would say, that's the problem now that we've kind of diagnosed the situation here. I wouldn't say it's the approaching, it's more so the believing in your tools that you actually have that you can use. So it's, you have your down tilt, you have your grab, you have dash attack, which can cross up shield, and you also have jab, right? Those are your immediate grounded approach options. But you can also lead into those, like with landing back air, landing nair. You could go landing fair, but you're probably not going to do that very often. You can get like fair 1 stuff too, which is very niche, but sure. More often than not, it's going to be landing nair, right? The other thing you could be doing too, kind of like a Greninja would do, is you can go landing nair into an instant dash attack. So if they roll, you get the dash attack, and if they stay in shield, you can cross them up and get out of the situation completely. On top of that as well, this is going to go from matchup to matchup. It's not so easy baked to say, oh, you just nair this dash attack and you'll always be safe. You might get parried, of course, and you also might be fighting against a character that can still punish that. So that's where matchup experience or just assessing the situation comes into play. So if your friend plays Link, it is very polarizing for you to actually punish them on their shield, then that's one of those characters you have to be much more careful about. Maybe play much more shield heavy. So you can even go down tilt into shield, or just don't down tilt at all if you have been catching them prior to that one situation or that one interaction. I think the biggest thing is this is where the idea of storytelling or memorizing your opponent's habits comes into play. Because if you think, based on paper, down tilt's not safe against up B against Link, if I just do this, he's going to up B every single time. If you actually can, I guess, condition yourself to believe that he is going to up B every single time, and he actually is going to up B every single time, you can now checkmate that by running up and shielding. As soon as you get close, so come down here for a second. So if you're right there, if I, let's say, I'm going to run up and down tilt you, as soon as I get to about this point, you have to just make your decision. Because if you don't, let's say I get right to here and I shield, you don't know if I'm going to go all the way to here. This is an unreactable distance, right? This is why a lot of players will play a further away neutral, because it feels safer. You have more time to react. Like if Samus charge shot comes out from here, you can jump, you can shield, you could do whatever you want to just get out of the way. If you have a reflector, it's super easy to reflect. But if I do, like, let's say a reflect or a charge shot point blank, like right here, you have no idea, right?
Yeah.
And if I've been catching you with charge shot a lot right here, and you start to shield at this distance, Samus can just grab you. Right?
Yeah.
So same thing for like my laser. If I shoot from here, you have time to jump, shield, move out of the way, whatever you want. But if I'm right here, obviously I can say this for Falco, I should not be shooting laser like this. But there's no chance. We could even say 1, 2, 3, react to what I'm about to do, and I can go for forward tilt or laser. You're never going to know what I'm going to do. Or I can go like this. There's no chance.
Yeah.
Online or offline. No chance. So you can use that information against your friend or against anybody to say, if I have a fast character like Meta Knight, which you do have, you can get in there very quickly and throw out your down tilt or your grab or your multi-jab, or land with nair into a cross-up instant dash attack, land with nair, dash away, to come back in with a dash attack, and you can be getting these punishes. I don't think that your approach game is wrong. I think you're just, like I said, not trusting your tools enough, or seeing how they're actually affecting your opponent.